So, good evening, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. It is Tuesday, isn't it? Seems like every day's a Sunday. I used to joke about that stuff. Uh, if only I'd known there was going to be a global pandemic and every day was pretty much a Sunday. But we do have a game, our first time game, since we've come back to football, and it is at home against Norwich. Before I get into my preview for that, tonight I will be doing a Manchester United watch along away to Brighton. My twin brother, you never know, he might put a result out. I think they beat him last season, didn't they? 3-2. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a watch along for that. That is free to air if you live in the UK. It's on Pick TV. It's also on Sky One. So if you have either of them two channels, which you should have because they're free, then you can watch the game tonight. I will be streaming that on HOTMIC as well. So make sure you come and join in. Download the app; it's free of charge to download, and use my code. It's scrolling across the bottom. The link is also in the description as well. So do go and download that. Follow me on that platform, and then you can then simultaneously sync up your TV to my stream, and I'll be going live about 8:05, about 10 minutes before kickoff. So make sure you come and jump on, join in, and we should have a pretty decent match to look forward to. But tomorrow we have another game. The games are coming thick and fast, and Mikel Arteta has done his press conference. He said that the players have to be willing to fight for the cause. When he was asked about Ozil and Guendouzi, they have to be willing. Pay me 350 grand a week, I'd sleep at the Emirates, bruv. Trust me. I would not leave the stadium. That would now be my new home. So yeah, I'd be more than willing and able and ready and waiting to fight for the cause. But I am going to mix this team up a little bit because we have got a lot of big games coming up. I'm not saying this isn't a big game, by the way, because this is a chance to get 3 points on the board going into the Wolverhampton Wanderers game at the weekend. And also after that, we've then got Leicester, we've got Spurs, Liverpool, City. We have got a lot of big games coming up, but I'm still going to go. Thank you. Finally, somebody agrees. Finally. Thank you, darling. My missus reckons the same. She goes, he looks nothing like you. But we have got a lot of big games, but we do need to get a 3 points on the board if we want any chance of getting into the Europa League. That's how far we've fallen. We're hoping we can get into the Europa League, but I'm going to go with my starting 11. I'm going to go, obviously, there's only one goalkeeper having in goal, and that's this guy. And he's proven pretty damn useful since he's come into the team, isn't he? And we haven't missed Leno one bit, in my opinion. In fact, if anything, I think this geezer's performed head and shoulders and beyond the calls recently, because his kicking is so much better than Leno's. His shot stopping's there or thereabouts, the same. And he just has that calming presence within that penalty box. He comes and claims the ball. He doesn't do the diving all over. I'm not slagging Leno off. I'm just saying that I think this geezer's not a bad number two, and he's proven that so far. So he's in goal for me. Let's go with left back. Man will be taking his carrier bag, his Tesco carrier bag to the game with his kit inside it. Real one. That's the captain of the football club. People have been getting on to me about that. Oh, Lee, you said on the AFTV fan cam that after one good game, you'd make him captain. Go back to my videos from the very start when we first signed the geezer, and I said, give him the armband. Yeah, he is quality. He's a winner, and we need 11 of him in the team, because if we want any chance of actually ever competing again, find another 10 of him. He's my left back. He's my captain. That's wifey, baby. Said it from day one. On to right back. Well, you know, Zoolander ain't getting in my team. Zoolander might not ever get a game again after Mikel Arteta said that Cedric Suarez is the best right back at the club, and that he's technically levels ahead of anyone else. And in attacking positions, he's absolutely class. That was damning on Hector Bellerin, and hopefully that fraudulent fashion module who gets dressed in the dark can hopefully leave this club this summer for half decent money, and we can invest it in something else. But Cedric ain't starting for me. I'm putting him back in the team. Maitland-Niles. Listen, I did toy with putting Cedric in the team, but I thought, you know what? He played so well the other day. A lot of people gave him man of the match. I just edged it with Tierney, but at one point I was going to give it to him. But you can't drop him after that performance, in my opinion. So I'd keep him in there. I think he was superb. Him and Pepe, they got on very well down that right-hand side. So I'm going with him. I am going to drop Mustafi for this game. And the reason I'm dropping Mustafi is I think he's been our best centre-back this season. And he tends to do all right in the bigger games. And we've got a lot of bigger games coming up. And he has played every minute under Arteta since we come back. So I'm going to put this gormless-looking swat in the team. All jokes aside, I do actually like Socrates. But I am going to stick him in the team. And give Mustafi a little bit of a break with all them games coming up. Next to him, I'm going with Rob Holding. Again, I thought he was decent at the weekend. I think he's been pretty good in all 3 games that he's played since he's come back into the team. I think he's been pretty good. And he got man of the match the other week. He came off of the bench. He's played 2 games, hasn't he? And then he came off of the bench. He didn't look great when he came off the bench. He kept looping headers up into the air, dropping them on the edge of our box. But I do think he's half decent, and him and Socrates last season got a real good partnership going until he got injured. So I'm going to go with that. David Luiz ain't getting in my team ever again. And like I said, Mustafi, I'm going to give him a bit of a break. He has played a lot of football, and we have got a lot of games coming up. So that's my back 4 and goalkeeper. Into midfield, here we go. Granit Xhaka, he ain't going as captain, though. Trust me, that boy never gets a captain's armband ever again. Yeah, disgraceful that we gave him that armband the other day. But I did think that he put in a really good performance at the weekend. I thought he was really good. One of the best players on the pitch. That's not saying I'd keep him before people go, you're flip-flopping. No, I can give credit where it's due. And he played really well at the weekend. So Granit Xhaka for me. Next to him, I am going to go with Dani Ceballos. He scored the winning goal in stoppage time. He looked lively when he came on, to be honest. That was probably the most lively he's looked in an Arsenal shirt for a very long time, because he's been really poor since he's got here. And I did tell everyone that he ain't all that. And he's proven he ain't all that. Although the one thing I will say is he had the composure and the calmness and the awareness to nick that ball off of Pepe, who was stumbling all over the place with it, and just slot it in the bottom corner. And when he wheeled away, the passion on his face was like, yeah, come on. Saying that, he still wants to fuck off to Madrid, doesn't he? But I am putting him in the team for this game. Then I am going to put this guy back in the team, Joe Willock. I don't think he was great in the first half of the weekend. But the second half before he went off, I thought he actually done all right. Yeah, he went great. As soon as he got that clatter to the face, the elbow to the face, it kind of woke him up a little bit. He hangs onto the ball way too much. Yeah, and his lack of tracking back winds me up. But having said that, he is a goal threat. Although he's not scored that many goals, he does have a dig. He does shoot. He scored a screamer at Anfield. And he scored a couple before we come back. And then he scored against Southampton as well. So, listen, I don't think he's been brilliant in the last couple of games, but I would start him. I'm not starting Mesut Poppins, that's for sure. We all know my thoughts on him. Then I'm going to go with, I'm going to drop Saka. Saka's played a lot of games, and we're going to need him for them bigger games coming up, the Wolves, Leicester, etc., games. We're going to need him in them games more so than this one, I think. Obviously, keep him on the bench. But again, he's played a lot of football. So I'm going to put the pet project in. Arteta's pet project. Reece Nelson is going on the left-hand side for me. I'm going to start him in this game. And it's kind of funny that he hasn't really featured much, considering that Arteta thinks that he could be the next Raheem Sterling, and so do half of our fans. Oh, but he made Sterling world-class. No, he didn't. He didn't make him world-class. Pep Guardiola and Sterling made Sterling world-class. So that, now we've cleared that one up. Let's move to the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, I am going to go, if I can find him, there he is, Nicola Pepe. He's starting for me. This geezer, talking of Raheem Sterling, for all of you statisticians out there, this guy has only got 2 goal contributions less than Raheem Sterling this season. But apparently he's a massive flop. Dan James at Man United's better than him. And this is an absolute waste of £72 million. It's not. Reality check. Hello. Next season, with a proper right back behind this geezer instead of a fashion model, this geezer is going to be up there as one of the top players in the Premier League. Mark my words. Remember the day, the 30th of June at 5:48 p.m. He's going to be one of the players of the season next season. So I'm going with him on the right. And then up front, we're going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He didn't get a game at the weekend. Eventually, we didn't need him, which was kind of cool. But I want him starting up front. And I think the team I've picked is more than capable of beating Norwich, who, by the way, went an extra half an hour with Man United and then lost in the last dying embers of that game. They're going to be really worn out after that. We have to be really careful, though. Real talk. They've got some quality. Both of their fullbacks are decent. Yeah, both of them. Which is why I'd play Reece on the left instead of Saka. I think Reece listen, I don't particularly like Reece Nelson as a footballer. I don't think he's that great. But Bukayo Saka's played a lot of games recently, and he does need a break. We have got 5 massive games coming up after this. I want him starting every one. Give him a little rest. Put Reece Nelson on that side. Yeah, Reece Nelson can carry the ball. He can dribble. He can cross, etc., etc. The same as Saka. Although Saka's got a little bit more end product to his game, or a lot more end product to his game. But I would start Reece. Pepe, just keep him out on that right wing. Just say to him, stay on halfway, because their left back bombs forward. He done it time and time again against Man United the other day. Their right back, if Max Aarons is injured, I don't know who their other right back is, but the way they play, a lot of their play comes down them wings. They've got Buendia. He's not a bad footballer at all. Then obviously they've got the B-Tech Griezmann, Todd Cantwell, and they've got some good players. Their goalkeeper, what a shot stopper that guy is. People bang on about Leno and his saves. Go and watch Tim Krul's saves at Man United against Man United at the weekend, telling me about shot stopping. That geezer pulled out some world-class saves, man. It was just ridiculous, and he deserved to go into the semi-final. So yeah, we're going to have to be on it, but I do think that we can get at them. I do think that their defense is not great. They're going to have closer at centre back. I think he came from Germany. I think was it Werder Bremen or Wolfsburg? One of them two he came from. And then obviously they've got Teti. Teti's probably their best player in defence in that central defensive role. But that is an area where we can get at them. They like to push up the pitch a little bit, which is why they've conceded so many goals, why they're bottom of the table. And that is an area we can get at them. Yeah, which is why I'd play Xhaka and Ceballos, because I think that both of them, when they play well, have got that passing ability. If you play with Nelson and Pepe, you've got a bit of pace down the wings. Make sure you get your fullbacks bombing forward. Tierney, we know, can whip a quality cross in. He was doing it time and time again at the weekend. And Pepe with Maitland-Niles looks a different animal. So, listen, I think we can beat him. I think we will beat him. We have got to be careful with them, though, because that Todd Cantwell, you give him an inch in and around the box, he's scoring. That Buendia is one tricky motherfucker. Yeah, you give that geezer a second, yeah, he's dribbled round you and won a penalty or something. Do you know what I mean? He is a really good player, that guy. And listen, I think that oh, sorry, Closer's banned. Apologies. He is banned. He got the red card, didn't he? Yes, I remember. He put, my bad. But we have to be really careful of them, because they've got some very technically good players, and they will have a go. We know that. Look how they defended with 10 men the other day, and they still had chances against Man United. So obviously they've got Timo Pukki up front. He's a danger man. And listen, we've got to be on top of our game if we're going to stop him, Buendia and Todd Cantwell, because them three are probably their best players, other than Max Aarons, who's injured, I think. But they're going to be three tricky customers. And if we're not on top of our game, we will end up losing this football match. And like I said, the team I've picked, it's a little bit of a different one. Reece Nelson, obviously, in for Saka and that, and obviously Mustafi drop. Both of them have been very key to our team in the last couple of weeks, and both of them have played every minute pretty much. So yeah, man, give both of them a break. Then you can bring them on if you want to. If you want to bring Saka on second half, bring him on. If you want to bring Lacazette on, bring him on. But I do look at it and I just think that we have to get 3 points. But at the same time, we have got a lot of massive football matches coming up, all in a row. And from tomorrow through to the 19th, I think it is, we got 6 games. So we're gonna have to really be on it. And let's hope that Arsenal the Banter Club. Don't bottle it tomorrow against Norwich, which I don't think we will. We have to also be careful on free kicks and corners with this lot as well, because they're very clever and very snide with how they take corners at times. Sometimes, you know, you're walking back, and if you ain't switched on, they've already took a quick short corner. Yeah, they're very clever with that. To be fair, when I've seen Norwich play this season, they don't look like they should be sat bottom of the table. So, listen, I haven't seen enough of them. Obviously, they're not that great, hence why they're bottom of the table. But if we ain't on our jobs, they're going to do us. So we've got to be on it. And I think that utilising the wings, making sure that we track runners in midfield. And when we get Joe Willock in the box, if he does play, I've picked him, or even the Danny Ceballos in the box, bang. None of this 5-6 attempts to score a goal. One chance, goal. That is what I want to see. And I think we can do that. So I'm going for a score prediction of Arsenal 4. Yay, 4. Norwich 1. I do think they'll score. But I do think we'll be out of sight by then. It'll probably be a consolation goal. So, listen, I can be positive, and I do think that we will win 4-1. So let's smash the likes up. 420 people watching live right now. Let's read some of your comments out, see what you guys think of the game. I fully missed a super chat a minute ago as well. Let me see if I can find it. I do apologise, Chris. I did see it, but I didn't see it, if that makes sense. There we go. Wait, my missus is in the chat as well. Your missus needs to admit she has a thing for Potter. Like, Graham Potter's a G, bruv. Yeah, he is a G. He's actually done really well since he's come to England, didn't he? So there we go. Big up Adam on Facebook. Thank you for that as well, Chris. Appreciate that, man. Has reportedly been in contact with Thiago Silva. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dr. Viraj, evening, buddy. 2-0, he's saying. 3-1, says Anish. Hi, mate. We need to win, but we need to beat Wolves on Saturday. Yeah, otherwise we're going to get a lot of that from Pops. Trust me, it's going to be non-stop. So, yeah, that's not going to be good. Don't be too overconfident, bruv. Last time I was overconfident and I said 5-0, we lost. But I'm saying 4-1 this time. Chris says 3-1, evening, mate. There was a comment I see about somebody put it on Facebook comments a minute ago. They always turn up against the top 6 team. They beat Spurs, Leicester, Man City, drew against us. So we have to be careful, and they're good at set pieces. Exactly, that's what I was just saying. Thanks for watching on Twitch as well, buddy. Appreciate that. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, that link's down below as well, along with HOTMIC, where I'll be doing the Man United game tonight. So make sure you use my code, download it, use my code, and make sure you come and join in. Evening, Ryan. He's got his Stella Artois. Big up, my guy. Aubameyang needs to play as a striker. Definitely, 100%. Where was the comment I see a minute ago? There's a comment somebody put in. I can't see it. It's gone. It's gone. These comments go so quick. 3-0 to Arsenal, says Spiro. I think we'll win quite comfortably, if I'm being honest. Antoine Okango says 3-0. Sorry, 5-0 to Arsenal. Man's got Bruno Fernandes, baby. I like that guy. He's a good player, man. I wish we had him. I think it'll be a tight game, says Tim. 2-1 Arsenal. A bit worried about the game. They're fighting for survival. Bruv, you mentioned that, yeah? The way they were defending for their lives, yeah? Why can't an Arsenal team do that? The last time I see Arsenal throwing their bodies on the line, yeah, like that, was the cup final against Chelsea. But there we go. 2-1 says Grant. Evening, mate. 2-1 says Ian. Hope you're well. Do you think Arsenal can make Champions League? No. I said that before the restart. I'm saying it now. No chance in a million years. And all I got was, you're way too negative. No, I've just seen the same banter club take the piss for years. And I know that they ain't getting Champions League. Big up my guy, Connor. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. These comments are coming in so quick. 2-1 says Joanne. Rapids. Big up South London's finest. Would you take Cantwell and loan Norwich Willock? Well, yeah, he is better than Willock, isn't he? So, yeah, I suppose so. Cantwell is a gunner. I'd take him. Well, let's hope he don't kill the dreams tomorrow. Would you take Fraser? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Look at this joker. Where is he? There he is. Look. I found him. DVS, El Hadji Doug. If we win the FA Cup, do we qualify for Europe? Yes, I believe we do. 3-1. Lone Star Londoner says the same. Arsenal 5-0 says Zach. 3-0 Arsenal. Let's do a couple more and then I'm going, man. 2-2 because Norwich won it more, says Sean. Afternoon, mate. We should get Tyrone Mings. Yeah, I think he's all right, man. Check Fabrizio Romano. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look live on air. Let's go to my Twitter account. Let's search that up. Let's have a quick look. I think somebody put about him tweeting out or saying, I see that. Let's have a little look. Fabrizio Romano. If I can spell Fabrizio right. And then I'll do 3 more and we're getting out of here. Right, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. He hasn't tweeted, man. 45 minutes ago. Why can't I see this? Am I looking at a different account, bro? Somebody said this to me yesterday about Thomas Partey. He hasn't said anything, bro. There's nothing on his Twitter account about Thomas Partey today. Nothing. So there we go. Osimhen to Napoli. Is that true? Wow, that's a good buy for them. That's a very good buy. Dr. Bobbington, smart quality name. Norwich 3-2. 3-2. We should move back to Highbury, if only, mate. If only. And we're going to end up on a couple more. Clean sheet tomorrow. You think so? I'm going 4-1, man. And we'll end up on this. Hey, big fella, I'm pretty confident for the game. We're improving slowly, but the improvement is starting to show, or am I totally wrong? This is where we get sucked in. And thank you for that, bruv. Always appreciate it. This is where we always get sucked in. We have a couple of good results and we think we're back. We're back. We've had more comebacks than anyone, bruv. Yeah, and I don't know, man. Listen, when we actually start flying up and getting proper results rather than against Southampton, who actually lost to West Ham and Newcastle, and then Sheffield United, who ain't won a game since they come back. Let's see how we get on in the games, the 5 games after this Norwich game, because we've, like I said, we've got Wolves, Leicester, Spurs, Liverpool, Man City, all in a row after that. So let's see how we get on. I love you too, bruv. And on that note, thank you, man. Do smash the likes up. Do follow me on HOTMIC. Download the HOTMIC app. That link is in the description. Use my code. Make sure you come and join in for the watch along tonight. Brighton, my twin brother, Graham Potter, taking on the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's all singing, all dancing Man United at the moment. They've been brilliant since they come back United. I'm kind of glad we didn't get them in the cup. Out of the 3, I would have rather took Chelsea, but there you go. Anyway, I'll be back at 8:15 for that game. Download the app. Download the app. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.